Welcome to Conversations with Linda. I'm Linda. Listen, we're doing something a little different today. We being myself and Courtney, my co-host, my compadre, we're going to be blending our pre-chat show with our actual show. The reason we're doing this, Courtney, is today is my bestie's birthday. Well, it was yesterday, but today is the celebration.
That's right.
So I gotta say happy birthday again to Deborah Reed.
61. She put it out there, so we can put it out there. 61.
Yes, and we've been friends a long time.
Wow.
And you just don't need to miss these special moments.
That's exactly
right. So I said, you know what? We're gonna make this work.
Yeah.
And so we're blending the pre-chat with the episode. And so as you're coming on, y'all come on in. We're going to be giving shout outs. We know that this is pre-recorded, but we know our viewers.
We know who you are.
We know our viewers.
We know who you are.
And so we want to just give a few seconds for them to come on in. But this is our pre-chat and our regular episode all in one.
All in one.
So y'all come on in so we can start talking. So I want to just give out a few shouts. Okay. So of course we have Victoria. And did you see Victoria on our episode?
Yes.
Is she not?
She's hilarious.
She needs to be a comedian on her side hustle.
Absolutely.
Her side hustle needs to be that of a comedian.
Yeah. I've not gotten over those legs yet. Or the lack thereof.
And she's got some new stories to tell us. So I can't wait to have. Yes. She, some of this stuff you're like, Victoria, did that really happen? Yes.
Now look, Victoria, are you making this stuff up?
So Victoria Brown and Pat Robinson, hey y'all.
Always there.
And William Weeks. I don't know if William Weeks, does he go out riding his bike or something that sometimes he comes late on the show?
I don't know, but he's traveling.
Oh, he's traveling. Okay, but we still got to get, because he's
probably going to be watching.
He's a regular.
And he comments. He talks.
He does. We love William. And then Shalandra Kerr, better known as Sandy.
Sandy.
And Ebony Price. And Tamarin. That's my cousin.
That's right.
I got a chance to see Tamarin this past
really?
week.
She came to Dallas?
She did. She came to the event. I was at One Community. Hey, One Community. We were in Plano.
How did that go?
Oh, it went well. I enjoyed them.
Yeah.
I felt like I was just hanging out with some of my cousins.
That's good.
Because they're down in Dallas. And so they knew when I was talking about places that I lived, they knew.
They knew exactly.
So it was the Lord bless.
I loved the footage of you. Did you see the footage?
I did.
I loved that. I love that view.
Somebody hacked my Instagram page.
Which one?
By Linda Willison Powers.
What?
Yes. So we're trying to get all of that straightened out.
Did they take it from you?
I think they did. Yeah. They hacked it. And so, yeah, I know that devil. And so,
whoever you are right now.
Until
you do right by nothing you do.
Right. Right. So, but yeah, I had a fantastic time. The Lord really blessed. That's always important.
Absolutely.
Because you don't want to be ministered and the Lord's not in it.
That's it.
Okay.
That's it.
So, but
Nanny's always on.
Gwen Lofton, that's my mother-in-law, my mother-in-law. Regina Lynch.
Yeah.
Marsha Weeks.
And we're gonna give some more shout outs as we continue to go along as well.
But I'm trying to give them time to come on in. Because I know in the pre-chat they think we'll be here the whole time. So let's just, as we're talking, let's talk about a couple of things that's in the news.
Yeah.
Where do we start? We gotta go and start with. Go ahead. Will Smith.
You want to start there?
Yeah. We don't have to revisit the whole thing. Let's just give.
I wanted to say on social media today.
Okay.
Or yesterday.
All right.
Leave Will Smith alone. Get up off of the man. Just leave him alone. We know what has happened. We know all of it. Leave him alone. Just let him be now.
And let he and Chris deal with it.
And Chris has said that he's not talking unless somebody pays him to talk. So now that's what he's waiting on.
Okay.
I mean, because if you got a story,
absolutely,
then I bet you somebody's gonna pay for it.
Oh,
It might be a book, but
it might be.
Will may not be. It's not going to be at the Oscars because he's banned
for 10 years.
For 10 years.
Now I had issues with that. Now I didn't have issues with punishment or consequence. What I had issues with is you're banning him for 10 years. 10 years. 10 years. And them folk ran into the White House.
Absolutely.
And I mean, I'm talking about our White House.
Absolutely.
Where where our government
Absolutely. They tried to overturn the government.
And and they got house arrest. One of the people that stole Nancy Pelosi's laptop or whatever got house arrest. Yeah. So y'all miss me with that.
You're doing too much with Will, whoever you are, whoever.
And we should feel some kind of way as African Americans. Absolutely. That penalty is so strong for Will.
Absolutely.
But anyway, you know,
and we gotta rise up. We gotta rise up. And sometimes you just got to decide what's gonna be for the greater good of the people.
Right.
Now you may not agree in your Black family reunion, but when we come out, what we gonna say is you're gonna hop up off a wheel.
You go right.
And that's what needs to happen. Everybody just hop up off the wheel. In fact, can we make a day this week? I support Will. Can we? What is that?
You ready for that?
Will Smith Wednesday. Will Smith Wednesday. Can we make Wednesday Will Smith Wednesday? And so look, so we made bookmarks for Peer Power.
Okay.
Which is the company that I work for to pass out when we do recruitment things.
Okay.
The young people asked me if we could put Young Dolph on. And I had to listen to say, okay, tell me your thinking. And then this was, of course, 3 months ago, said we need to find another figure. The figure is Will Smith.
Wow.
So last week, the question was, do we stop giving the Will Smith bookmarks out?
Oh.
Because of what he has been in. I said, absolutely not. Pass those things out because what we're not getting ready to do is cancel Will Smith. Yeah. We know what he still means to us.
And I just don't want someone's whole career. I wouldn't want that for myself. In one instance where I've got a misjudgment, whatever. Now, if I kill somebody, I gotta go to prison. But I mean, I'm not against consequence. Please hear me. I'm not that. But I think that we got to be careful.
We got to be careful
of counseling folks.
We got to be careful
because you never know when that thing is going to land in your life.
That's right. Now, you know, he's probably from the day because there is a side to this where our parents say to us, be careful what you do.
Right.
Because what you do can really come back and hunt you. Right. So I think that I want us to leave Will alone.
Yeah. I want them to work whatever they need to do.
Yeah.
But I just don't like the idea that we are everything that this man has done. And I don't like that we are now picking up all of the pieces of everything else and bringing it into
this conversation.
It's just too much. But let's leave with. Again, it's not to. I just want y'all to know, I have compassion for Chris Rock because if they had slapped me, we would have been just tussling. And
you talking about a show,
right? It would have.
You're talking about a show.
I would take my shoe off. So I do have compassion for him because that was humiliating. I get that. But I want the two of them to be able to work.
Is that in the conversation? Are people talking about how it humiliated Chris Rock? Or are we just really talking about Will?
Well,
it's mostly about Will.
I think D.L. Hughley came back and even apologized to Chris Rock because I think D.L. Hughley, isn't that right, y'all? Did D.L. Hughley, what did he say? He was apologizing to Chris because when he first came out with his comments, it was something, like get over it, Chris, or something. Okay. But then when he thought about Chris's family watching that whole thing play out, then he had to recant what he said. He recanted what he said. But now, to be fair, Will's children were sitting in that audience and had to hear their mother being made fun of, no matter what we think about Jada.
That's absolutely correct.
So, and
that's a lot to be said right there, no matter what we think about Jada. Because that's a whole separate conversation that needs to, because do you know she came out and said she thinks he overreacted.
Now, I was mad at her.
She's so wrong. When I tell you she wrong,
I was really mad.
Everybody else leaving this man. and you getting ready to forsake this man like this.
I was really upset with her now. Why do y'all feel about I was really upset with her.
I don't have anything else for Jada.
Yeah, because let me tell you something.
Not that I had anything. I mean, what does she do?
But,
who is she? Why is she even here?
Stand by your man. I mean, wrong, whatever. Now you get on him when he get home, but you stand by your man. Mm-hmm. And I just, or stand by your woman, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be have
especially
a united front.
When what they are going through is because they were standing up
for you. Yes.
How you gonna do that?
Oh, Jada.
How you gonna do that?
Okay.
So that's that right there. And while all the Will stuff is going on, something else amazing has happened in Black America and just America and the world. Yes. Period. Yes. It's not just Black history. This is American history. It is just phenomenal.
Thank the Lord.
Yes.
Because it got rough.
It got rough.
What are we talking about? We're talking about Ketanji Brown Jackson was confirmed this week. Let me tell you something. To have somebody on the Supreme Court bench named Ketanji. I love it.
Ketanji.
I love it.
With dreads.
I wonder if they used to call her Kiki.
Ketanji.
But
they might call her Tan. What's up, Tan?
I think it was TT or
Tanji. What is it? We need to figure it out. We need to figure out what it is. But isn't it amazing?
Yes.
It is amazing.
God is amazing. That was a God thing.
God is amazing. Because there were, and I don't want to overshadow the amazingness of it by the reaction of some of those guys sitting in there who got up and walked out.
What? I
don't know if you saw that video.
What?
Guys got up and walked out when it was announced that she was confirmed.
Lord have mercy. To me, how overt all of this is, how open, people have been prejudiced and racist forever, but how open they are with it now.
Yes.
That's no class. No class.
None whatever. One whatsoever. I had a situation with this white guy, just professionally, and he made a decision that was against the code, against what we said. And what he said to me was, my morals said to me I had to make that decision. And his morals were for his white people.
Wow.
So he messed up. So when I saw that, I saw the video where people were saying she's a great lady and but I can't vote for her. She has a whole lot of experience, but I can't. All I could think about was my own experience where somebody white said to me, this is great. I understand this. This is what really needs to be done. But my own morals won't let me make that decision.
Wow.
And I'm like, what do you mean morals? What are you committed to that's more important than doing what you even said is the right thing?
Skin color.
Isn't that something?
That is something.
So now I'm getting to this place now. I'm going to stick with you just because you Black. I'm going to do that, period. I am. You want to know why I made that decision? Because they Black?
Yeah.
Now I know there's a whole lot of corporate and all this kind of stuff.
But I just think that I think what is sad is that we're so open. I mean, a lot of things may be in your heart.
Yeah.
But to be so open.
Oh, yeah.
And what are we saying to this next generation? Is this where the divide is going to be this strong and in your face? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is this what we're promoting?
This is that. And it just seems, and it's not just disrespectful to her and humanity on a basic level, but let's just talk about what this means to have a civilized government, a civilized country, a law-abiding citizens, where we may not agree. This democratic process has happened, but now again, we got people who, and I don't understand there's a place for protest, but there has to be a place where we say, I'm going to stand down right here.
But y'all, isn't it just like with the presidential election that we couldn't let it be? And years past, forever, we've had to hear the winner announced and accept it.
Absolutely.
Walk away shaking hands and, saying, wishing that person well. But now it is, we won't accept it if it doesn't go our way.
If it doesn't go our way.
Isn't that something?
And we saw that when Barack Obama was elected, because there were people who didn't want to have the conversation the next day. I went to class, I was in college saying, there's a Black man in the White House. They're going to say, They're gonna say, let's not talk about that today. I said, absolutely. Literally, they said, can we not talk about that today?
Wow.
No, we're gonna talk about this today.
Wow.
Up in this class right here. We're gonna talk about it. But she's there.
Praise the Lord. That's all I keep saying. If God be for you, who can be against you? She's there. Now I'm telling you.
She is there.
And it gives hope to so many young girls, especially African American girls, that it's possible. It's possible. All right, we're so passionate. Yeah. We're gonna take a commercial break and then we're gonna come right back. Y'all hang with us. Okay. Welcome back to Conversations with Linda. Listen, we got an old friend of ours who popped in. Travis, how you doing?
Good, Pastor. How are you?
Good. Listen, it's been a minute.
It has.
And okay, so maybe you all are just, tuning in, recent months. You may have missed Travis. Travis was on our show earlier this season, and we were finding Mrs. Terry. And we even said we pay for a date. He's an eligible bachelor. Right. And we wanted to give some lucky woman, blessed woman, the opportunity to meet this young man that could just make her dreams come true. So Travis, how has it been? What's been going on in your dating world?
Well, interestingly enough, Pastor, a lot of your, what do you call your
chit chatters?
Your chit chatters, baby, they catch me in the mall. When are you going to be back on Conversations with Linda? We need an update.
Yeah, because you were supposed to.
An update.
And you were supposed to update us, frequently. And it's been a minute. So has your silence, been because things have gone awry? Because I think the last time you were here, you kind of found somebody that you really like. Are y'all still got, you still got it going on or what?
Yes, her name is Oprah Winfrey, and I am mad with Oprah Winfrey.
So it was Oprah all along?
Yes.
So Travis, even when you told us you had somebody.
No, wait, Travis. Now, the last time you were on the show.
Well, the time before last, because remember he came on with the musicians. And they talked about all of that.
Yeah.
But when it was just
talking about him. When we were talking about finding Mrs. Terry.
Right.
You had found someone that you had feelings for, if I remember correctly.
Right.
So give us the update. What happened to that? Y'all met, you drove around and talked. Yeah,
so
that
there
was.
It is.
That was.
Did you see that light bulb?
That
I saw it right there.
So, same person.
Okay.
Oprah. That's who she's referred to. So when you see me talk about Oprah on social media, that's her.
You're talking about this real woman, right. This woman in.
I'll never post another woman again, ever.
Really?
Absolutely not.
Why?
You remember what happened last time, don't you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
What happened last time?
No more.
It just didn't work out. Backlash. Because she said something, right?
And quote unquote people went in her DMs.
To say what? To talk about you. To talk about, are you sure you want to be with him?
And Travis promised me a life together.
Oh my Lord. Now this is new information now.
Wait a minute. Did the player get caught? Is that what happened?
No, baby. You look.
Is that what happened? Did the player did the game catch up with you?
I play chess, not checkers.
Okay. All right.
I'm always 3 steps ahead.
All right.
But no, that's when you find out that person stopped going to therapy and she needed Dr. Phil.
Okay.
Come on now.
Let's go to Miss Oprah. So that's her. Okay. That's her pen name.
Correct.
And when you're on social media, you've been posting these pictures, but it's not her body. It's Oprah.
So maybe it's her body, but he's putting.
But I'm recalling, it's not another person's body. It's Oprah. So you're just not going to show her at all. Oh.
Not at all.
So you're protecting her. So she must really be the one, since you're protecting her.
I was told to let you know that Oprah is madly in love with me. As I
Okay.
was on the phone walking in the room.
Because you were talking to her.
Correct.
All right. So
That's nice.
so are we calling her Oprah because her name begins with an O? Why are we calling her
Sure.
Oprah?
He said, sure. Woo!
Travis, you know you got so much game. You have just got so much game.
Come
But
on.
okay, I'll
So
go.
it's been a
I'll-
few months now. You all have talked. What is the thing that's keeping you committed in this particular relationship?
You know what's interesting when you find someone who's a match intellectually,
Okay.
that's a plus.
All right.
Someone who makes you laugh.
Okay. Your voice is getting real low.
Yeah, really.
You
He blushing a little.
Yeah, bring it back
I'm
up.
too dark. to
She
blush.
not
But no, seriously, she's a godsend.
Wow.
Seriously.
okay. God
Wow.
said.
You know what you say? Wait a minute, we gotta take this
Yeah,
in. Let us take this in.
God said.
Are you all
Because-
gonna roll pictures of me and Oprah while we talking about Oprah?
Let us handle that part.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so she's a godsend. What attributes does she possess that lets you know that God sent her?
Her discernment
Oh, okay.
for foolishness, mine in particular.
Okay.
But no, seriously, just being in tune with me and the happenings in my life, and she actually gives great advice on how to maneuver through pitfalls.
Interesting. Now I gotta put a pin right here because you said her discernment for foolishness.
Mm-mm.
You in
It's
particular.
foolishness. Uh-huh.
This is a general question now.
Okay.
Why is it that men make women responsible for keeping them in line? What is that? Just
General
I'm not
question.
saying it in condemnation.
Mhm.
I'm saying what is that?
Do you find that as something that's not just in this generation? You've seen this for
Mhm.
ages.
Right. That's one of the qualities that men are attracted to for the one they settle down with
Mm.
is that she keeps them in line, him in line. What is that? Is that
Well, women are attracted to the toxicity in the man. Jasmine Sullivan wrote a song that says, "I'm in love with another man." And she had a good man that was treating her right,
okay?
but she was in love with the man that wasn't treating her right.
Okay, but before we get to that,
I'm
I'm
just
talking
telling you
about
about love.
let's unpack this piece though.
Okay.
What do y'all think that is? That phenomenon of
I think that communicates a strength
okay,
and I don't know if it's called wisdom or he's calling it discernment
mhm,
that you can't get over on this woman.
okay,
She's not an airhead or
That's a good one.
she's not any of those things.
Okay,
And
okay.
so I think men
So
look for crevices and things that we can go around and go in.
uh-huh,
But when there's a woman who's like, I know you,
okay,
I think that bespeaks of a strength.
a strength, and
a
that's
strength.
okay.
Men love to be held accountable.
Okay,
Let's not get it twisted. A real man,
Yeah.
loves for his woman to hold him accountable.
okay,
If I say that I'm going to be downtown Tuesday 4:00, hold me to that.
okay,
And if I let you fall, or if I just so happen to not hold my word, I need you to let me know that.
okay. Interesting.
So I think your point is why do we
Why
have
is
to
it
have somebody
necessary?
to let us know when we didn't do what we said we would
Every
do?
man looks for an extension of their mother in some shape, form, or fashion.
Okay,
What have you found? Is that true?
that would be my hypothesis.
Okay.
Is that every man looks for some extension of a mother
Every man?
in some way. I think that men appreciate men who've had good mothers
Mhm,
or even longed for a good mother
mhm,
appreciate that quality in mothering,
mhm.
that there's someone that holds them to a higher standard.
Got it.
Correct.
Got it.
So yeah, I would agree with that.
Right. I mean, and I have an awesome mother.
Uh-huh.
And I can tell you, Oprah,
hmm
yeah, that's my mama.
Wow.
Mm.
He's sticking to that Oprah
He's
thing.
sticking with
He's kind of, so just in case you have not been on Travis's social media, you'll see, especially around Valentine's Day. We were really kind of worried about you during that time. You'll see Travis posting all of these pictures with Oprah. They're pictures, of course. He wasn't there with her, but he, by way of
we were definitely together.
Graphics, he was able to merge the two.
The real Oprah, but there are two Oprahs in this conversation.
Right.
There is Oprah, the old magazine, and then we got Oprah.
Oprah is the pen name for the true person that he is seeing.
That's right.
That will remain nameless.
And do we have any credit to take for that? Because didn't you meet her as a result of coming on the show or something?
Sure.
During that time? Because she wasn't there at first, Travis.
She was not.
Okay. All right. So where do you see this thing going?
You know, in the past, I've had destinations for my relationships, but I've learned that life is a marathon, not a sprint.
Okay.
So I'm just going with the flow for now. Now, do I see longevity? Absolutely.
Okay.
If that was your question.
Yeah, that was my. You know, you always got to go the philosophical way around.
You know, I haven't brought the word in yet. Just wait.
So you see longevity. What does that longevity going where?
Not to hell.
This is so tiring. See, this is it right here. This is why women are just like, you know what? It's just too much. Why can't you just say, if you really care about her,
that I want to marry her? Is that what you want to know?
I mean, when we say longevity, longevity going where? How long? Where does it go in the length of it?
Pastor, I'm often here for a good time, not a long time. So if I say longevity, that means I want to go to the full extent of whatever this can be. And at this point, yeah, marriage is a topic of conversation.
Okay. All right. You heard it right here on Conversations with Linda that Travis Terry has possibly found Mrs. Terry. I love it.
That's a beautiful thing.
I think love is beautiful. I think when you find that perfect someone, perfect for you.
Yeah.
That you ought to celebrate it.
Right.
I mean, it doesn't happen every day. And you weed through a lot of you know, stuff and no's to get to that one yes.
That's good.
So, you know, I want you to celebrate. I want you to be happy about it. I'm happy for you.
Well, thank you.
You know, that you found someone that when you say God said, that's deep.
That's deep. That's the kind of territory you got to bag your hands and say, look.
Will we get a chance to meet her?
Heaven only knows. What I will say is, and this was the godsend that I saw with a clear mind.
Okay.
You know, with a clear set of lenses.
Not an intoxicated.
No, not grief goggles. You know.
Remember that grief? The other young lady was there and really helped him through grief.
The grief. Yeah. I remember that.
But then when I got through the grief, my Lord, I saw everything else that was unbecoming. You know, so yeah, this is.
But you did give her props, and I was thankful for that.
Absolutely.
You know, I think that you need to appreciate what people deposit in your life,
no matter
in
what
the crossing, in the pathway.
Right.
You know,
there's a season for everything, and it may not be a long season.
Yeah.
But in that time, she was beneficial to me in some regard.
I love it.
So yeah,
there's a positive word. There's a positive word.
Yeah, I don't like making enemies. I don't like that.
And you know, I saw something on your social media. You know, I look at people's. You put it out there, so I'm gonna look at it, right? You look at it. So something you said to somebody, but you apologized.
Oh,
that was nice. Just recently.
Oh yeah, there was.
What was that all about? I was busy, so I didn't have time to text you to ask you what was going on.
I wish you had texted me versus asking me right here.
I know.
On your show. But no, there was miscommunication. Some words were said in the heat of the moment.
Okay.
And I apologized via the phone.
Okay.
And so she had She accepted my apology over the phone. Then she texted me. She said, "You know, how women can be. You know what? Since it was public, I feel like I'm owed a public apology." I'm like,
okay.
Okay. Now I was on the phone when she texted me, so
Okay.
she made the post, and I was like, "Oh, you could have just waited on my text, baby." But I feel like if the incident happened publicly, then you're right. You are owed a public apology. So
and you did it.
I apologize publicly.
That's admirable. That really is that you took the high road and the humble road.
Right. I mean, I'm a man of integrity first and foremost.
Yeah.
That's with business. That's with personal relationships.
Sure.
I try to lead with integrity.
Yeah.
And I'm not perfect, but if I messed up and if I caused some hurt and harm, I will apologize. I'm not beyond that.
Well, good. Oh, I didn't know the backstory.
This what, a year or two now therapy has been paying off. Yeah.
I love it. A year or two of therapy that you didn't go 1 or 2 times. Okay.
I stuck it out.
You're gonna be ready for marriage, you know that.
Ooh, pretty much trained.
Yeah, you're gonna be ready because I think that needs to be a requirement.
To go to individual therapy.
Go to individual therapy.
And couples therapy too.
Yeah, but an individual therapy is so neat. I think it just should be a requirement. Go to therapy.
That's basic healthcare.
Right.
Just put it in the basic plan.
Right. Basic healthcare. Before you buy the ring, go to therapy. I think it's good.
Yeah.
All right, Travis. We want to hear how this is going. Don't wait so long to come and give us the update because we're into this.
Absolutely.
We owe you a dinner.
Yes.
And the chit chatters are invested as well. So we want to make sure that the chit chatters are able to keep up on this journey. We've started something.
Because you all harass me at every turn. And I love it. It's okay. It's all right. I welcome it all. And so I'll be sure to answer all your questions face to face.
Well, I got to ask you this before we're going to go to a commercial break. But before we go, I got to ask you this. How the South Memphis aunties handling this? Are you out the market?
They're not faring well with that information.
Oh, wow.
This is actually breaking news to the South Memphis aunties.
Well,
thank you, Pastor Lynn, for, messing me up with
giving you a platform.
Well, listen, sometimes you got to just rip the Band-Aid off.
The scab, more like it. Sheesh. Oh.
Thanks, Travis, for coming in and checking with us. Well, y'all got your update on Travis. Now you don't have to ask him when you see him in the mall or out in these streets. Just make sure he's doing the right things because we want Miss Oprah. We want this to last. It seems like it's on its way somewhere because she's a godsend. All right, we're going to go to commercial break and we'll be right back. Welcome back from commercial break. I know you're tickled at Travis. He's just one of our favorites. I love to talk to Travis.
Oprah.
I know.
I think it's some real life up in there, and it's maybe also some of his fantasy as well, which maybe helps to keep it interesting.
He is definitely his favorite person.
He is his favorite. Well, we are in this age of
yes, but I love Travis. Travis tickles me. So we've caught up on Ketanji Brown, and y'all, just in case you're just tuning in, we are doing something different this evening. It's my girlfriend, my bestie's birthday, Deborah Reed. Her birthday was actually on yesterday, but we're celebrating this evening. And so I wanted to make sure that I was available for that. And so this is the pre-chat and the episode all together. But and wait. I got to give some shout outs to some of our
because we know you here. We know
we know that you're on the show. And we just want to say hey to Vonna Jones and Sean Woods.
Jackie Burden.
Yeah. Always.
Mama Debbie is here.
Absolutely.
Mama Debbie, hey there.
Always supporting Brittany Blackledge. These are people who support us every week.
Lolita Lark.
Right. Linda Netters, Debbie Woods.
And Sister Irma Foster is on here.
Irma Foster.
Do you know she made some dressing last week?
What? Did I miss the dressing?
She made some dressing that was so good that the people have been talking about it since then.
I missed the dressing. Miss Irma, you know you wrong that I missed the dressing. Well, I'm gonna make dressing for Easter.
And that's what you say.
Yeah, I'm gonna make dressing.
Now we will not have a show on Easter,
Oh, yeah,
right?
yeah, right.
We will not
have a show. We're gonna take a break, let you take a break, be with your family on Easter. And that's how I'm gonna cook, because I'm gonna have the time to cook.
Now, what's out on the menu?
I'm gonna do turkey and dressing, the traditional meal. I just have a taste for some turkey dressing.
What else on the menu?
I don't know, greens. You trying to get me committed, right? So I can't back out.
You, like she said, you heard it here first, right here on
right.
on Conversations with Linda.
But it'll be the traditional stuff. It'll be, and we need one of your mama's good old pound cakes. Okay, that mama can make a pound cake.
And that last one, it was something on that last.
Goodness,
it was something. This do in remembrance of me. This is I believe that
Miss Sheila London can do a pound cake.
And she is selling them. She is selling cakes.
Okay. Well, we'll buy it. We'll buy it. Yeah. And Shirley Dowd, let me just give some more shout out. Shirley, Kanisha Kazi,
Sharetta Boyd,
right?
LaShondia Brooks.
Oh, LaShondia's always.
Now, did you see her at church?
I saw her at that church today. What else? Did I miss something?
I know she was sitting with somebody.
Oh, were you, girl? I missed that.
Somebody was right there. And if she wasn't sitting so close to her, I wouldn't bring it up right here. But
LaShonda, okay, you have just really gone off. Are you sitting with somebody? All right. Miss Annie Walker, Sharetta Boyd. Earlier in our chat, I don't know. I hope they had already gotten on, but we gave a shout out to William Weeks,
Ebony Price, and I don't think we said anything about Marsha Weeks. Maybe we didn't, but
I did. I said Marsha and Emma Key.
Yes,
she's always on. So thank you all for supporting us, y'all. Every Sunday, you're right here with us. And then we got some people that tell me they're on. They don't necessarily say anything, but shout out to our folk from LA, from Los Angeles, our folk from Dallas, that tune in. We're just, and we need to get some more cities on. Get some more.
So you can do some tours, some more touring, because I think the tour season. We did a tour at one point. We did Dallas and LA. I think the season is coming again.
We need to do that.
The season is coming again.
Okay, so let's catch up on these things. Oh,
we talked about relationships. Jennifer Lopez and what's this man's name?
Ben Affleck.
What is he in?
He's done a lot of movies.
Okay.
Yeah, he's done a lot of movies.
No, Jennifer, ain't she always engaged to somebody?
She is, but that's my girl. I like Jennifer. J-Lo.
Because you love, she's a great actress.
She
and
really
you love
is.
Movies.
She really is. She's a better, I like her singing, but I love her as an actress.
Now, what number does this make for her?
I don't know, but everybody, she was with A-Rod, right? And everybody thought that was.
Now, who was A-Rod? What
he's a baseball player, right? And they made a cute couple, but Ben was just in her heart,
Now, was she with Ben before she was with this other guy or something? So she came back. She circled back.
But I think
this is number 6.
This is the 6th time they've been together? Or no, this is her number 6 man.
Now look, J-Lo,
but she is a beautiful girl though.
Since I know it's short-lived.
And she's in her 50s. Go 50 and fabulous.
Since I know it's short-lived.
But she's circling back to being athlete.
What I'm saying is to J-Lo is I'll be next. I'm fine with that. It's okay.
And you know what? When COVID hit, that March, before COVID hit, I went to see Oprah's the thing that she did that on the road. And you never knew when you bought the ticket who was going to be her guest. And J-Lo was the guest. Beautiful. And hey.
Did they talk about the 5 engagements?
Well, at that time she was still with A-Rod.
Did they talk about any of that? She was just happy, talking about bliss and all that.
Yeah. But hey.
I wonder what it is.
I think it's hard for these folk in Hollywood, celebrities, because they travel so much, they live different lives than we live. And I'm sure that's a strain on the relationship. And with A-Rod being in sports, maybe he had more, I don't know. Now, y'all know I don't know, but maybe he had more difficulty with it because Ben is in movies, so he understands.
Yeah. Pastor Linda would say, if it's one Hollywood, you take you wherever you go.
I know.
J-Lo, do something about that. You take you.
So she'll be ready for you.
Yes.
Now she's in.
Now do the people get money?
She just turned like.
If it's J-Lo and she 51, it's fine.
You all right?
It's J-Lo.
Okay.
It's some rules don't even apply. Let me tell you something. 51 and it's J-Lo.
She's a beautiful.
What
woman.
we got to talk about?
I know.
Baby, you can travel every day.
I think that's what A-Rod thought.
You want me to?
I think that's
It's
what
okay.
A-Rod thought.
It's
And
okay.
you know, she was with Sean Puffy Combs back when he was before
P.
he was Diddy.
Okay,
Before he was
okay.
Diddy.
She
And
has been
P.
with
Diddy.
all of them.
Yeah.
She's like, what's her name? Lori Harvey.
Okay, we're going on.
But Lori Harvey, I
You-
think
yeah,
Lori she's good now. She's with that young man. What's his name? Michael B. Jordan. She's with
Right.
Michael B. Jordan.
Right.
But you know, she was public about her dating life, and everybody was like, "Oh, she's just going from man to man." But she got her Michael B. Jordan now.
And maybe you just
That's what you got to do.
And look, think about it now. I want y'all to think about this. If your dating life
Mhm.
was made public, would it
Listen,
look the same
I'm
way?
telling you, it would look the same way.
Right.
Because I'm gonna tell you now. Once I get this degree,
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna start dating. I've been too busy.
Okay, been too
But
busy
you
today.
said something about making room for this in your life,
Yeah,
right?
right.
You gotta make room for love.
You gotta right.
You gotta make
But
room for love.
what if, because you know, we're saying she's on her sixth person, but who hadn't dated at least 6 people over a
We talking about
lifetime?
marriage, and we ain't talking about.
She been
dating.
married 6 times?
She was engaged 6 times.
Okay, well, she didn't go all the way.
She thought like Travis that she was a godsend 6 times.
She didn't go all the way. All right, she stopped it. But I like J-Lo.
So y'all see this? You making exceptions over here for J-Lo. You love some J-Lo. You know that's how
And she
she
just been engaged.
But yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so you know, this is now, you know, on a serious note. Did you hear about the Steelers quarterback that got killed? 24 years old. Lord have mercy.
And now, if I'm not mistaken, he was struck by a car.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
is sad.
Yeah. I had a friend years ago. I was in high school. Same thing. He was in college, but the same thing happened to him. He got out to change a flat tire and somebody hit him and he had to have his leg amputated. I mean, that is really, I'm always nervous about anytime you got to pull over on the side of the road because cars are coming by you so fast. And I don't know this situation. I don't know. Y'all tell me, was it a drunk driver or it was just a case
It was
of
just nothing has come out about the driver or anything. Like
Okay.
that, you know.
but Lord
Now
have
the
mercy.
conspiracies are out there. I'm sure the conspiracy theorists and stuff will come. But the boy is gone. 24 years old. That is so sad.
Yeah, but that happens more than you realize. And I
Wow.
think because you got that on look when you're driving and something catches your attention. And I've used this illustration in a sermon before. Your body goes in that direction. That's why you gotta stay focused.
Right.
Because you'll begin
Be
to
pulling,
swerve and not realize. So I just, God bless
Yeah.
his family. And then we got this situation with Christian Toby. I don't know how to pronounce this last name. Obumseli. Black man fatally stabbed by a white influencer girlfriend
Who hasn't been charged.
who hasn't been charged. And the people feeling some kind of way.
And she was out at a hotel in the hotel lobby. I don't know if y'all saw that. She was in the hotel lobby and somebody saw her and said, "What are you doing here?" But she was with another man too.
Oh,
What are you doing here? And you just got done. Your boyfriend just died and you sitting up in here.
I don't know. But people are feeling some kind of way about it
If
because
this was Memphis,
if she was black.
come visit Memphis, baby.
Oh,
No, she can be white. She just need to come visit Memphis because the people will take care of you. What we call it in Memphis, on site.
now wait a minute. I
On
gotta
site.
check us. I'm getting ready to check Courtney and myself. Are we now? Because you and I are doing a lot of talk
About black and white things.
Yeah. Are we feeling something?
I think we are. We
Okay.
are. And I think all black people are
Okay.
feeling the aggravation
Okay.
and the frustration. And even sometimes it feels like it's hopelessness in this race, this
Yeah.
fight with race things. Because now, because I'm in school now, I'm having to read about this whole pattern. There's a book called Stand Your Ground, and it talks about stand your ground law and how after every time something significant happens in Black America or a Black person is advanced, people who are keepers of stand your ground culture have to come back and protect their culture.
Wow.
Because what they're protecting is whiteness. So that's why, like with Justice Brown Jackson, we're going to see white America come back with a vengeance because
Wow.
they are protecting their whiteness.
Oh,
And
wow.
so what we're doing is we're going into our corporate spaces, we're going into just spaces, period. And we're still having to, we want to celebrate,
Yeah.
we're having to accommodate,
Yeah.
and
Well,
we're having to.
What happened? Why is it now so? I keep using the word overt, but why are we no longer embarrassed to show that? What is happening that people are no longer afraid or reluctant
Mhm.
to show it?
Because they are aggravated too.
Mm,
Because see, you're messing up whiteness.
okay.
You are literally, there are people who do not believe that Black people are intelligent, Black people are this, and they still hold to that idea that the Anglo-Saxon culture is right.
Wow.
So to consider that a Black person can
Mhm.
share a prominent space
Mm,
is against what they believe. So
Wow.
they're protecting something. And the more we advance,
yeah.
the more the more we're polluting
Mm.
the spaces that were never for us.
So now let me ask you this. Is it, and this is just a question,
Mhm.
just for discussion, is it that they're just protecting whiteness, or is it that they're protecting their conservative views? Because I think the question that, now I was mad at her, but Marsha Blackburn,
Mhm.
whatever her name is, what she asked, a Tennessee
Mhm.
person, let me say,
Absolutely.
was asking her what was a woman,
What's the
what was her
definition of a
definition of a
woman?
woman. Did that emanate out of a conservative viewpoint of
Mhm.
whether or not you embrace
Our
same
conservatives,
sex?
right?
Yeah.
So the answer to that is yes.
Okay.
But conservatism
Uh-huh.
and whiteness
Uh-huh.
are inextricably tied together.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
we can't separate those
Mhm.
because they don't.
Mm,
They don't separate conservative views
Mhm.
from their whiteness
Mhm.
because that was the way of the Anglo-Saxon view.
wow.
So yes, and so I think that's one of the difficulties as believers, right?
Uh-huh.
We're sitting with our white brothers and sisters, and we agree with some of the conservative views, right?
Right.
But when your conservative views are what you are using to hide the fact that you're protecting whiteness,
Mm.
that's when we got to sit and have a conversation about what does it really look like to be a believer in this climate.
Yeah.
What would
What does it look like?
what would Christ do?
Yeah.
Who would Christ side with on
That's
some
a
of
good
these
question.
issues?
That's a good question.
Right. So yes, they are protecting their conservative views, but you can't. Your views have to take into account people that don't look like you.
Yes, I agree. I mean, I agree, and it is creating such a hostility on both
Yeah,
ends because I couldn't watch the
Mm-mm.
proceedings
Mm-mm.
because
Mm-mm.
I was just it made me
No,
feel
I can't do it.
hostile, angry, resentful, all of
I
that to
can't do
see
it.
that
Mm-mm.
woman go through that. And might I add, when the other guy,
Booker.
no, the guy, the last Supreme Court justice that was what was his name, y'all? The last Supreme Court justice.
I don't know, but
and you know, he got enraged.
He did, went in. I know you're talking about. I remember
when he was on,
yeah. He just went off.
Yeah.
He just went off, turned red, yelled
and they
back.
still put him in there. You know, so I don't know. I'm just somewhere in here there's got to be some civility.
Right. And I think one of the places, and I'm hearing people talk, Black people talk about, like, what do we do? Because you feel like, and then as a Black Christian, you want to respond in a godly fashion. Right. You don't want to fight fire with fire.
Yeah.
Like, you want to take a role that is reminiscent of being meek, being, you like some of those things.
Yeah.
But it feels like now y'all just gonna keep stepping on us. And we not.
I mean, what do y'all think? I mean, what do we do from here? You know. Is I just want us to go back to at least being civil, at least being respectful. That somebody's gonna win, somebody's gonna lose.
Now, you know, there's an argument out here that says our problem as Black people is that we are being civil.
Yeah.
In the face of these overt actions that are against Blackness.
But what is the alternative?
Start your own stuff. Like Will, start your own academy. Do something. Do something, Will. Because some of this has to do with you treating him like that because he's Black. I mean, we can act like that doesn't exist. And we try to as Black people, right? We try to say this is not a thing, and let's just go and be that somebody. I know somebody who entered into corporate America just recently, a Black lawyer, and she is having a difficult time because of how
you feeling it. You feeling it
because of how white it is. And so it is. It's a place. I couldn't watch that movie on NBC. It was the movie about Emmett Till. It was a series.
I couldn't do it.
I am not at the place now where I can watch those things. Yeah. Just not right now. Maybe later.
Yeah. It's just we're in the heat of it. It's just too much for me. Okay. Yeah. So
anyway, we were talking about the girl, the white influencer killed.
Yeah, I don't know.
Killed the Black man. That's how we got here. And she has not been charged. She's just out and about. She killed a man. They know she killed.
I don't know. I know we need a lot of prayer. I am for standing up, speaking out. I don't know what we do beyond those things and praying. You know, I don't know. But I do know it disheartens me because it makes me think about the world that my grandchild is inheriting. You know, it makes me wonder, are you going to have to deal with such overt? And maybe we're shocked because we thought that once we were able to use the same restrooms and drink out of the same fountains, it was over. I don't know.
Yeah. But some of that is the case. Before President Trump got in office, things were just under the radar. So everybody was just in their own places. And now he incited riots, right? Yeah. And there are things that we know exist under the surface that just came to the forefront.
Yeah.
We knew it.
Yeah.
We just no longer have the luxury of just letting that linger at the back of our heads and just going about our
So are you feeling some kind of way?
Absolutely.
Because are you seeing it in your realm of career, in profession?
Yes.
Okay.
It is. This aggravation is everywhere.
Okay.
You know, and then we were home during COVID and there were a lot of killings. So George Floyd happened. There was so much that happened even during COVID. And then so now everybody processed them in their own spaces.
True.
And then we have to come back when the world opens up after you process things without everybody at the table. Right. Okay. So if I process my Black stuff with only Black people here.
Yeah.
That's one thing. But when you're processing it as it is happening at a corporate table, you're thinking about the big picture. You know, even if, and I'm not saying that the big picture is worth us saying, I'm just gonna sweep this under the rug. You know, but it's interesting because there are conversations in all arenas.
I'm just giving you a little time because I know it's stirring in you. So I'm just giving you.
And you did say we earlier.
Yeah, we. But I mean, right now it's you.
Yeah. It's a thing.
I'm just looking. Okay, so tell me this. You know, y'all. For those of you who are just tuning in, we're doing our pre-chat and the episode all together because I'm gonna be celebrating my girl's birthday. And and let me tell you, next Sunday will be our last Sunday for this season.
That's right.
We're gonna take off a month. Is that all y'all giving me?
No. Easter is next Sunday, so we won't be here.
Oh, wait a minute. That's right.
Is going to
Easter. We won't. We're gonna let everybody be off with their families. Then the last episode will be that following week, and then we're gonna take off for how long? A month. They're giving me a month. Yeah. Well, y'all know we'll still be recording. I really won't have a month.
Now you really have a month. Now this is a month because there's some celebrations that's happening, right?
Yes.
And we've not told the chit chatters that.
Okay.
You're public about your age.
Oh, absolutely.
She's gonna be 55.
Double nickels.
55. I remember when you turned 50.
Didn't that time go by fast? When I tell you, I feel these 50s are just going by.
I feel like we just had the 50 celebration.
I know.
But she's turning 55, and on her 55th birthday, she's graduating with her doctorate degree.
Yes, I'll have my other hair on by then. But yes, I am so excited. This is one of those things that I'm relishing. I'm not just running by it.
Good.
That in my own spirit, in my own mind, I am relishing it. I am walking through it, enjoying just the idea of it. Processing it. You know, I miss my mom and her not being here to witness all of this, but I'm thankful that I'm here, because after she passed, I really didn't want to do this anymore. I mean, I was like, I don't even have to do any of that, you know. And so I'm thankful that I got back up, and not just on my own. I remember my girlfriend Cheryl, when she mentioned, now Linda, you are going back to get your other degree, and I was like, girl, no, I'm not. So I really appreciate her for nudging me, and Bishop and all of you all. So I'm walking through. I don't want a big party or nothing like that, because can I tell you, I'm evented out. I mean, you know, everything has turned into an event, and it's an event. And I was talking to another girlfriend of mine, and we were talking about events are not like they used to be. Where I know I'm getting off topic, but I'm gonna come back.
No, this is good.
The events are not like they used to be. Used to be, you're gonna get a cake, some balloons, invite everybody, you know, and then you weren't gonna even have another event to go to for 6 months. But now you're just one event after the other. When you are hosting the event, it's almost like hosting a Hollywood party.
That's right.
Because you got to get the best event planner. You got to pay for an event planner.
And the event business is high right now.
Yes. And then you've got to, you got to think color schemes. And you got to give your gift, your guest a gift. What is that?
Yep. A favor, a party favor.
A party favor. You got to think about, for women especially, finding an outfit, be it an evening gown or whatever, that nobody else is going to have on.
Right.
So it's just too much. My siblings are coming into town, and cousins, a few cousins, and we're going to just laugh, talk, have a good time.
Now, you know how I feel about this with you.
What?
I think you at the age where you don't need to be planning no events. People need to be planning them for you. So you need to just go somewhere and say, dress me. You need to go somewhere and so when you show up, you're just walking into it. Now,
but the people who would do that are you all, and y'all are already busy. And I don't want to put anybody through that. So it's like, come on, let's just eat some barbecue, have some fun, laugh, talk. Let me walk across that stage. I may walk slow, in slow motion, so I can feel every moment.
Every bit of it. Every bit of it. Every bit of it.
So so I'm good.
So I'll make sure I walk a little faster than you.
Because you are graduating.
That's right. I'm gonna walk a little faster.
Courtney is graduating along with me. He's getting his master's. I'm getting my doctorate. But how is?
That's right. We started together.
We did.
We started together, and we said we were taking the Holy Ghost with us. We were bringing the Holy Ghost out, and we were gonna make it out.
And you were with me, because writing these papers have been no joke. And Courtney had to come over to. When I tell you this, he'll go down any rabbit hole with me. And he had to come over one night. It was like 12 midnight. I was like, Courtney, I'm struggling. And he stayed. And that night we stayed up to write those papers, get that stuff done. So
I didn't even have a toothbrush at that. But we were in it.
And
then Freddie.
Yes.
Freddie,
so writing my dissertation, Freddie just came and sat with me.
Yes.
Because I was,
I love that story that you said when she just said what you need. And you just said to her, I just need you to sit with me. Because when you're write a book about the journey. Can you write a book?
When you're going through those kinds of things, either going through school or maybe even starting your own business, there's such lonely times.
Yeah.
And so having her sitting there, just her presence kept me going.
Yeah.
And it was so funny because at one point, all she could really do was keep switching my laptop cords, because my laptop I was losing charge, because it was from 10 that morning to 12 midnight, because the paper had to be in, and at 11:59.
Now you know what we ain't talked about.
What?
And now I understand. When people go to school, we all gain weight. Because we be snacking and stuff.
You got to eat.
And something has to sustain you. So now I totally understand how
you know what? Y'all don't know this, but I got TMJ right now. And you know how I got TMJ? Because hunched over on that laptop, trying to get through that day. Well, and not even just that day, but I would chew gum to keep me going. And now I got TMJ.
Wow.
And I'm still suffering. I mean, right now
Wow.
my mouth is hurting.
Wow.
But yeah, and you do eat because
Yeah.
you're just trying to keep yourself going.
And it feels, and I was talking to another friend who graduated, and when you're in school, it just feels like you always have something hanging over your head.
Because you're trying to finish up now some papers. Because I'm through with my. Did I tell you that next Monday, I think I'm going before a committee.
Okay, good.
Good.
Do we know who your committee is at this time? Okay, got it.
My committee is Jesus, the Holy Ghost, and God.
He already sanctioned it. He already sanctioned it. He already
I'm going before the Trinity.
The council of the Holy Ghost.
Right. God, Jesus, and the Holy Ghost.
That's good.
Is going to be in the room.
But you've done great work. You've done great work. It's going to contribute to, because let me tell you something. Yeah. We're going to celebrate this at least a year.
Yeah.
So you may not even need a spot. You may not even be able to speak because I'm going to speak for you, right? So the work that you did is helping to transform even the program that you're in.
Hopefully so.
But it's also informing what other work.
So did our paper on how to build a successful how to build a successful clinical practice. And what it exposes is how school doesn't prepare you for a practice. Gotcha. It just gives you knowledge as a clinician. But if you're going to go into business, which most people are, you got to know something about business. You got to know something about insurance and how to get on these boards and all of that. And so people come out of school ready to hang out their shingle, and they feel ill-equipped.
Not equipped, yeah.
And so
I think you're onto something with that. And, because they say that after you get these doctorate degrees and after you write your dissertation, that you should write articles and stuff like that.
I am done.
But articles for publication, because we need Black people to inform things in the academy. But anyway, what I think you on to, because I feel this. I feel that right there. But you're on to something because in doctorate programs, period, PhD programs specifically, there's a whole idea out there about how these people graduate and they are not equipped. And people know they're not equipped. So PhDs spend a long time even trying to get jobs.
Right.
Because you're coming with your PhD celebration.
Right.
But you don't have wait a minute.
The practical,
you got an MBA under that? We need you to have a.
And think about this. Y'all think about this. Even preachers who go through school and get their MDiv and get their doctorate of ministry and all of that, they come out and not equipped to pastor because those degrees don't equip you to pastor.
That's exactly right. Right?
So they get in their first heated deacons argument.
They don't know what to do.
And they don't have the tools.
Yep.
Because school didn't equip them.
That's right.
So I think we need to think this through. I think we need to rethink. What y'all think about this? I think we need to rethink the educational system, period.
Absolutely.
Because even I remember being in high school. Y'all remember? And you're taking algebra, geometry, trigonometry. I haven't used trigonometry, algebra.
So what she really saying is she was a high achiever. Because I didn't take trigonometry. I went to algebra. No, I didn't take all. I said, what must I take to be saved? What do I have to take to graduate? And I need those to be. And if I didn't have to take all them other maths up there, absolutely. I struggled through algebra too.
When you're in honors class, you got to keep going up. You can't drop back down and do algebra 1 when you're in honors class. You weren't in honors class.
I was in honors.
Well, then why?
I told them where I was going to stop because I wasn't going to go to trigonometry if algebra 2, because even then I knew this don't make, I'm not going to use
So
this.
What do y'all think about that? Should trigonometry be, I'm going to talk to my camera right here. Should trigonometry be a part of the education, like required learning? I don't think I've ever used algebra a day in my life.
You only need it if there is a specific need for what your interest is. And there are conversations about like having interest specific schools. Dallas does this very well. They have interest specific schools.
And I went to one of those schools.
Dr. Ray with Memphis Shelby County Schools is increasing our offerings for interest specific schools, which we call them magnet schools. Right. So, and I'm just saying interest specific, but which is what kids need. Kids need folks to say to them, help them figure out what they're passionate about, help give them direction.
But what about even beyond what they're passionate about? What do y'all think about this? Just the basics of how to pay bills, how to count.
Oh, you don't learn that.
But you need that in your everyday living.
Absolutely.
How to handle just your practical everyday living.
And so that's the argument, which is why I also was saying to you, but you shut me out, that you could write some papers about how this whole but your sermons are going to be papers.
But that's exactly it. You have hit the nail on the head. I feel that my sermon writing in school was like, oh, I'm already writing sermons. Now I got to write in school. So at least coming out of school, I won't have that writing to do.
But your sermons can be used as academic, as papers to inform the academy.
I hear you, Reverend. But what I am doing, you all, is June 5th.
She turned that corner. I love that. I love it. June 6th through 10th.
I am offering an empowerment week for girls ages 12 to 14. It's talking a girl boss.
Girl boss. I love it.
Because I see so much potential in these young girls, and I want to catch them at the age when they are open and pliable. Because see, the devil is trying to catch them too. All right. Yes. So I want to catch them, and I want to empower them to look at life a little differently, and just give them some of this this empowerment that I'm giving to other women,
because here's why.
Adult women.
We need qualified people to speak into the lives of our young girls.
That's so true.
I have seen so many influencers have empowerment brunches, and under the surface, I see the people talking when we go for homecoming. We talking about now how is she doing empowerment and she doing it? So I appreciate the fact that you are about to pour, listen, emotional intelligence. You're going to talk to them about dreaming. You're going to talk to them about their inside and outside. There's going to be some skin care. There's going to be hair care, self-love and sisterly love. You're talking just all this everyday Zumba.
Every day they're going to have a Zumba class.
You're going to do Zumba with them?
A little bit of it every day. And I think this is an opportunity for them to be focused on themselves in a healthy way.
Good.
Not just taking a selfie.
That's good.
But really focused on the things that that's a part of their development that will enhance them. I know for me, I had things like this in my life, and I still remember those things. I still remember how to dress for an interview, but I learned that like years ago. That they used to have that stuff in church. So when I was going to BTU and my mother was over BTU, we had to learn how to go for an interview, job.
Absolutely.
So it's going to be, when I tell you, this is going to be so fabulous and fun. For the girls, and so empowering. And so we can only take 40 girls.
40 girls. It is $100 per young lady, but that covers the entire week.
For the whole week.
And there's going to be breakfast every day. There's going to be
from 8:30 to 3:30.
And a snack from
8:30 to 3:30.
8:30 to 3:30.
And it's going to culminate with a pool party at our house that Friday.
What?
Yeah. We're going to pull out all the stops for them. So we want them to have fun.
A pool party at the Linda Willis Empowerment's house, at the estate.
Yeah. So we're going to. So now the reason we're telling you, because we haven't really even made a public announcement. This is our first announcement.
Right.
But we want our chit chatters to make an investment in this. This whole week.
Into this week. So we're looking for sponsors. If you would like for us to sponsor the event. Now, if you want to sponsor a young lady, you can do that as well. But we're looking for people who can sponsor the event. Of course, we know that it costs to put these things on. And what we're charging is not going to cover the cost of the event, but that's just so that we can make sure people are committed when they say they are committed. But we need people to help us sow into the lives of these young people. So if you have a business and you have things that you would even like in their bags and in their boxes for them to be exposed to, we would love to partner with you on making sure that this can go off as successfully and
Right.
according to the big vision. Somebody say big vision somewhere. There's a big vision. We want to go with plan A.
Yeah, and because I want to bring in speakers, I'm not going to be the only one speaking. I want to bring in quality people who are going to spend some time with them. And we got an array of topics.
Yeah.
So that's different people. And I want to be able to compensate those people. And again, give them a week that they will not forget.
Yeah.
That's what it's about. So go to Linda Willis Empowers. There's going to be a link there for you to be able to sponsor this event, partner with us. 40 girls are going to have a life-changing experience.
That's awesome. That is awesome.
I'm
I'm excited about that.
Yeah.
I'm excited about that.
I am too. And I never really, I'm going to tell you how this started for me. She doesn't even know it, but I preached last Sunday and I saw Chloe. She's a member of our church. She had come to the altar with her mother. And, you know, sometimes prophetically, God will give me something for somebody. And God gave me in that moment a word for her. But I'll say just this much of what he is going to do with her life. And I was so excited about what I saw God doing for Chloe's life that I said, and I need to sow into this. I need to help her.
Yeah.
She's got a beautiful mom, Misha, and Misha is a professional in her own right.
Absolutely.
But I said, oh, if this is for Chloe, then there are other girls that have this same potential. And that's really where the inspiration for me doing this, that's where it came from.
Awesome.
And so I immediately started talking to Freddie about it. I was like, Freddie, we got to do something. And one day we had put classes together and everything. So she's just as excited about it as I am.
That's awesome.
But for me to be able, and you do know, some of you may know that I'm doing this series called The Power of a Dream. Right now it's a closed session. I got 53 women.
Wow.
This Thursday will be our third week. After I do this, then I'm going to offer it again, this course, and it'll be open to whoever wants to sign up. And it's also $100 for the 4 sessions. But when I tell you they're getting way more, they got these beautiful kits. I mean, God is
just wonderful.
Yeah.
And the community that's being created with these groups, because if I'm not mistaken, there's a whole Facebook group, private Facebook group where you all are able to talk in the Facebook group amongst one another. So even having that support from the people who are on this journey, right?
And do you know that some of the women cried? They've been crying in this series, just having this space, and I'm taking them through these exercises of dreaming and how to dream and what's hindering your dream. So it's been a very moving time for these women. So I'm looking forward to opening it up and where women across the country, because it's done virtually. And so women across the country will be able to sign up.
Across the globe.
Yeah.
Bless the Lord. Not just the country. The globe.
You're so TB in this.
We're going for the word. I was rose up on TV. I was raised on. But we going for the world.
Yeah.
This stuff we wanted to have to be translated into different languages.
Oh, I receive all of that. I receive all of that.
Because it's nothing for us to translate the coloring book or the journal into Spanish or another language.
But they got kits, and in their kits, well, I won't tell you what's in the kit because I want, when you register, then you'll get your own kit. But yes, amazing things are happening.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I feel like this is the culmination of everything that I've experienced through life. And now not that I haven't had other times to give out, because I've always been pouring in other people's lives, but I think God has allowed me to harness it, package it, and now give it. So
that's awesome.
That's what's happening. And
that's one. I'm telling you, I'm happy about it.
Yeah. So what are you gonna do when you graduate?
I'm gonna go on a dating trail.
So he is going to go on a dating trail.
I got some music in me that it's just, I feel like a tornado is on the inside of me.
Can it be any better than your last CD?
We're gonna see.
Oh my God.
We gonna
It
see.
still takes me in.
We're gonna see.
Okay.
But I got some music in me, and that's what I gotta go get a doctorate. So we shall see.
But you know I'm gonna help you.
Riding. Yes,
I
ma'am.
am going. Y'all hear me? I'm gonna help Courtney get his doctorate, because when I tell you he has stuck by me in getting mine, and so it's not gonna be hard for you because I'm gonna help you.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So y'all remember now we're saying next Sunday is Easter. No show next Sunday. Want you to be with your family. We're gonna be with ours. I gotta fix this turkey and dressing, and then the next Sunday,
which is the 24th,
is gonna be our last
season finale.
Our season finale, and then we'll take off a month, and then we'll come back.
Now, so before we go, what we want to do is we want to hear from you on what topics you are interested. What topics would you like to hear next season?
You know, everybody's been saying they want Uncle Randy to come back, and he's dying to get back.
Well, he's coming back, huh?
Yes, he is coming back.
He's coming back. It's okay.
For those of you who have, maybe you've only been watching Conversations for a short time. I had my brother, Randy, on one of our episodes. Now, you just got to know that my disclaimer is his opinions, his views do not reflect mine.
Yours or your mom.
Or my mom, right. Or my mama's. But, he's my brother.
He's great.
He is hilarious. He is transparent, all of that. And everybody fell in love with him.
Yeah, everybody.
So he's coming back.
People even want to date Uncle Randy.
He's coming back.
So Finding Mrs. Randy.
Oh, no.
What's his last name?
Wallace.
Finding Mrs.
Yeah,
Wallace.
I was a Wallace before I was a Willis.
So we're going to be finding Mrs. Wallace.
No, child, he ain't ready. He ain't ready.
He said that. Nope. He said that he had a few things that he wanted the Lord to do. And marriage was one of them. And I guess he said the Lord did like 4 out of the 5. And he all
right. He go on in like it. Listen, can I tell you this? Now, this is another serious note right quick before we get out. I don't think I told you this, but I went to Dallas. I had to fly into Dallas to go to One Community, right? I want to say this for those, to just be a transparent moment. It was difficult. We flew Southwest.
Okay.
And when my mom was sick, Southwest, I had to fly Southwest to go home and get her. And then we had to make our second trip because we were really trying to, I had to go through dismantling all of her stuff. And there was a woman that was behind me who was having a conversation with a woman that was sitting next to her. That she didn't know, but you know how you get on the plane and you're talking and all that. Did I tell you this already?
No.
And the lady was saying, well, what's got you going to Dallas? And she said, my mom has cancer. Wow. And she said, I'm going to be with my mom.
Wow.
I was like, Lord have mercy. Am I going to have to sit here and listen to this conversation?
Jesus.
Because it reminded me so of, because when I was going, I was really processing going on the plane, thinking about, okay, this is real, Linda.
Yeah.
You're going home. You're going to have to help your mom. So I was really in my head.
Yeah.
So listening to her brought that all back for me. Then I got off the plane and there was this lady that you know how they bring the wheelchairs, you're stepping off the plane. And it was an older woman. She was kind of a little thin, frail woman. She reminded me of my mom.
Wow.
So I was like, oh my Lord.
Yeah.
But I didn't fall apart.
Yeah.
But all of that was in me. And I was, Freddie was with me.
Yeah.
And I never told her until we got ready to come back home.
Yeah.
But I was talking to her because I was trying to get my mind off of it, Right. But it was just a really interesting moment of how all of that came flooding back.
Yeah.
Of that.
Yeah.
And but the good part was that and it was probably too because I talked to the message I did at One Community was about when Naomi lost her husband and she and Ruth are going back to Bethlehem. Yeah. And it was, what y'all may not know is, when I was going through that with my mother, I had a year ahead, accepted an invitation to preach at a retreat.
Yeah.
And that was the message I was preaching, not knowing I was going to be in the midst of walking through that. So it was just all there together.
All of it.
But I made it.
Yeah.
I made it. I didn't fall apart.
That's good.
You know, and if I had, I'm sure Freddie would have picked me up off the floor.
Yeah. And which is a blessing in and of itself, because that's a part of the journey.
It's part of the journey.
Right. And I love, even in this moment, how you're talking about you were walking through that with your mom, but you were intentional about processing.
Oh, yeah, I was.
Because I think one of the things I have seen you do that I think we all can learn from is intentionally talking to ourselves through some of those hard places.
Oh, yeah.
And not just accepting what the first thought is. Because the first thought can be, oh, this is bad. Oh, I don't want to receive this. I don't really going ahead and accepting that this is the reality.
Yeah.
Walking through it in your own head.
Right.
And then when you had to walk it out, you were able to walk with some intentionality. You were able to walk. Now, it may not have felt like you were walking through it with grace, but you walked through it with grace and
but what I was committed to, and I want to share this, and maybe I'm needing to share this because maybe somebody's going through this right now, you know, because I didn't intend to even share this right now on the show, but maybe somebody is going through this. I was intentional about being present.
Yeah.
Not being so either in denial or distracted that I wasn't present. So I can remember walking through the airport, my steps, my thoughts. When I brought her here, I was very intentional about saying, let me touch her, because one day I'm not going to be able to touch her anymore. I just want to know what her skin feels like. So I don't know who needs this, but for whatever reason, I'm just led to share this. You know, and so going back home was that way. But the Lord, it's so interesting how you end up ministering out of your broken places. If you allow the process to do what it needs to do.
I had to, one of my cousins passed away 3 weeks ago. We just had his funeral yesterday. That's a whole other story.
Oh, wow.
But I had to eulogize him.
Did you?
And his name.
Why did I not know this?
It just happened. It just happened.
Okay.
His name was Cedric. My dad's name was Cedric.
Oh, wow.
And so for the first time, as I was doing that eulogy, I was intentional about sharing my story.
Wow.
And connecting the dots. Because sometimes you don't want to say the name is Cedric. It's the same as my dad, Cedric. So I'm in it because you don't want to necessarily make things about you. But I'm realizing how important our stories are when we are attempting to connect and minister, or really minister with people. And so I was able to stand there even in that moment and talk a little bit about that journey. And what that meant.
And with family.
Oh, wow. And with family.
Was that your first time doing a eulogy?
No.
Okay.
All of my family just,
really?
It was at a funeral home. So that's my family. So we have this policy. My great grandmama said a long time ago, if you didn't go to church, when you die, we ain't taking you to church. It's what they say.
But look, and so on a lighter note, I don't know who needed that, and I hope that ministered to you. But on a lighter note, I read something on social media that said, you know how brides throw the bouquet at the reception to say who's next getting married? They said that they need to throw the flowers at funerals to say who's next. I said, oh, these folks on social media know they are wrong. Okay.
So ain't everybody gonna run like, the women run to the bouquet.
Right.
But with the men, they run away from the garden.
Absolutely.
At a funeral, the people gonna just run and say, I don't want that.
So next Sunday is Easter. Do we dress up now for Easter? We still dressing up?
We dressing up. Okay. At the church we go to.
Are y'all dressing up for Easter? So do you know what you're wearing already?
I think so.
Okay.
I think I got a suit.
Oh, you think you got a suit?
I think I got a suit. That
Okay.
it just depends on. I ordered a suit.
Okay.
You know.
Well, we're coming in here in high fashion
Yeah,
then.
I ordered a suit. We're supposed to be wearing
Bishop is saying
pastel
he's wearing
colors.
his robe and all of that.
And we singing a hymn
Really?
intentionally.
Okay.
So after the prayer and scripture,
You know, I really appreciate these hymns too. I
mhm.
really am. You know,
Jonathan was like, "Can we do a hymn? Let's do a hymn." I said, "Sure, yeah, whatever you want to do."
All right,
do it."
Jonathan is over our choir right now, and
Mhm.
and let me give a shout out to KJ.
Yes,
He is in. I have to keep up with where he is.
He's in Orlando.
He's in Orlando
Today. Now, what show is this? He's already done how many?
Oh, I don't know.
It was like
Because
2 in Atlanta.
They did 2 in Atlanta. And he said on last night, he said it was crazy last night. William Murphy was there.
Yeah. Candy.
Candice what's her name? Burris.
Uh-huh.
She was there. He said it was crazy
That's
last
awesome.
night. But he is really learning a lot
Mm-hmm.
and enjoying himself.
That's good.
You know,
That's good.
this place that they had the concert in Atlanta he FaceTimed me so I could see it. Some Fox
Theater.
Fox Theater, yeah.
Uh-huh.
So he was.
It's historical. The historical
Yeah.
Fox Theater.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So he's really enjoying himself. Yesterday, I believe, was Babyface's birthday. And so,
61 as well.
I don't know, but they were having.
71.
They had a little private something
Yeah.
for him,
That's
and
good.
so this is a chance
That's
of
awesome.
a lifetime.
That is awesome.
Mhm.
I'm happy to see him happy.
I'm happy to see
I'm
him
happy to see him happy.
I still say, Sherry Shepherd, just in case this is the episode you're seeing, I heard that you're getting a new show, your own show.
Mhm.
And so I want you to know I would make a good fill in for you because
Mhm.
she's on the road with them.
Uh-huh.
She's the opening act. I got you, girl. If you
Mhm.
need somebody to fill in, I'm your one.
And you're gonna do stand-up comedy? Or you gonna do
You know,
insurance?
they
You gonna
say
do
in
it
my
all?
next life that I could be a comedian.
Now who is that?
Brother John. He
Okay,
loves
got
my
it,
comedic.
got it.
He loves my comedic sense of humor.
That's good.
Yeah.
You funny.
And I could really be funnier. I have
But
to
you
tone
just have
myself
to
down.
absolutely.
I have to tone it down because I can really be funny.
That's awesome.
Yeah. But y'all, it's been so good. We just wanted to have time to spend with you and, see what's happening in your world and tell you what's happening in ours and talk about what's happening in the world. All right. Thank you so much, Courtney, for being my co-host. Next Sunday, we're off. Remember that. And then the following Sunday, we're going to have our last episode for a month, and then we'll be right back. Don't forget, if you want to be a sponsor for a Girl Boss, I am empowering young girls ages 12 to 14, June 6th through 10th. Go on LindaWillisEmpowers.org and make a contribution because we're going to be doing some phenomenal things for 40 young girls. It's going to be great. So I'm out of time, but I'm never out of conversation. Tune in each Sunday evening. Our pre-chat is at 6:30, and then we start our episode at 7. We did a little different here this evening because I'm going to go and spend the evening with my bestie girl, Deborah Reed. Y'all have a great week, and I'll see you in 2 weeks.